Alright, today we're going to do a quick crash course on how to flash windows. First, you're going to cut back any house wrap along the bottom there and just a little bit up the sides for our flashing tape to be able to stick to the wood. Trying to stay out of the shot as much as possible while doing this so you can have a good view. Go ahead and mark the center of your window. After that, you're going to cut your black vinyl flashing about 6 to 8 inches longer than each side. So a total of 12 to 18 inches bigger than the opening. Usually I just do what I'm showing here in the video. I roll it out on the floor in front and just make it a little bit bigger on each side. Seems to work out pretty good. So after that, you're going to fold it in half, find the middle part of the window, and start stapling there. That way you have even on each side. Flip that piece over, tack it in place. Make sure everything's nice and smooth. Now you're going to cut from the outside corner where the OSB is on the outside of the house, inward on each side. And trim up anything if necessary. From there, you're going to lean out the window a little bit, and you're going to put a staple in the, well, you can actually staple all that in along the back side. Then you're going to lean out the window and actually staple in the middle of the part that is down towards the bottom there. And then from there, you're going to use your hand and make sure there's no wrinkles in it and pull it tight on each side, tack it in, and then put 3 or 4 across the top. Making sure to not have any wrinkles in it. It just makes it harder down the line if there is. As you can see, my electric staple gun was not working as well as it should. Now you're going to take these squares that we cut from a large roll. They're flexible and they're like rubber. They're DuPont Flex Wrap. You're going to line the grain up the way that I am showing here. So that way when you go to stretch it out, you'll see here in a second, that way it stretches and covers up that whole corner really, really good. So before you can stretch it though, you're gonna have to tack the backside in place so that it doesn't come loose when you go to stretch it out. It's kind of a key part there, because if you don't, especially when it's cold out, that'll lift up and it'll all start sticking to each other and you'll have to get another piece. It's just a mess. So usually I use 2 hands, push from the center out, trying to make it as smooth as possible. And then I do 3 staples, one in the corner there, one in the middle, and one in the top corner to hold it in place. Same thing with the other side. And the same process with the staples. And you have a flashed window, all you have to do is put your shims on in either corner to help center the window in the opening. Some windows are going to require 3 or even 4, depending on the window. You want to put one of these shims underneath everywhere there's a support, usually on the 2 outside edges, and depending on how many panes are in it, you're going to have one right under each support. That's a 1/8 inch Luan plywood that we're using as a shim. And you're done, ready for windows. we're going to dig a small trench and put that vinyl, leaving it as flat as you can, basically, and staple it up.